And today, what I have for everyone is my full review of the Ulanzi 3-piece, 3-in-1 triple hot shoe mount adapter, okay, for your gimbal. So this is a universal 3-in-1 hot shoe / mount adapter for any gimbal available on the market that supports a standard thread. All right, so what we're going to do a little bit differently with this review than we do with all the other reviews on my channel is this is going to be a hot take review. So all of my reviews are completely unscripted, but we're going to go a step further and we're just going to break this review down into the positives and negatives, and then we're going to talk about my about the overall price I was able to pick this up for, and then I'm going to give y'all my overall final thoughts and a recommendation or two. And let me apologize in advance because some of the things that I'm getting ready to talk about in these up and coming reviews, they can trigger a lot of rants for me. So if I do tend to rant on a little bit, I do apologize. But that being said, this is the review that we're going to cover here today on the Ulanzi 3-in-1 triple hot shoe mount for your Smooth Q gimbal or any gimbal in general that supports a regular thread. So we can say this is a universal adapter for gimbals. All right. So that being said, a little bit of housekeeping before we jump in. This whole video is being recorded today with the rear-facing 16 megapixel camera on the Bold N1. This is also being recorded in 1080p at 30 FPS with no external microphone hooked up. So please let me know what you think of the overall video and audio quality down below in the comments. As always, your feedback is greatly appreciated. All right, housekeeping done. Let's get into this full review of this universal gimbal adapter. Here we go. So starting off with the positives. Okay, the overall build quality and design of this is really good. Now, it's not the best I've seen, but it's really good. So that's positive number one. The overall versatility and portability of this is another great positive because, again, if you wanted to, you can easily throw this in a pocket. But if you wanted to break it down to make it a little bit more portable or add on different accessories, you can do that. So the overall versatility and portability of this adapter is another positive right there. Okay. And probably one of the last big positives on this is the fact that the price on this is really, really good. We're going to talk about the price at the end of the video. So all really great positives, really good build quality and design, really, really portable, really, really versatile, and pretty much universal to any gimbal on the market with a standard thread. All at a really great price. So all really solid positives there. Now, let's jump into the negatives. And this negative here, the first one that I'm getting ready to talk about is a big one. So let me pull out one of my portable production setups here. Take my mic off this real quick. And we're going to get into the first negative here. So here's one of my portable setups here. This is my Readycam universal grip. Okay. Now, negative number one, and this is a big one for me, this locking mechanism that Ulanzi decided to go with for their adapter here, don't really like this, and here's why. Let's say I put this on any one of my setups, and you have to screw it in, and you have to screw everything in place. Well, depending on the weight of whatever you put on here, it may potentially get stuck. So sometimes what I notice what will happen is, like let's say if I use this with my gimbal, for instance, and then I go to unscrew this and take it out, this screw will stay on the bottom portion, and then only the top portion of this will come out. And there have been instances where I've gotten this portion stuck on whatever it was mounted to, and I had to struggle to get it off. It kind of frictioned itself in, and then it was like stuck. and I had to like take some pliers and a vice grip and like force it off so it would unlock, and then I could unscrew it. And this happened so many times that it actually became a really big negative for me, and that's why I could tell some of the metal on here is kind of scratched off, because I did have to take a pliers to this a couple of times and a vice grip a couple of times, because it just locks into place so securely. And then when it's time to come off, let me show you real quick. So when it's time to come off, this whole thing will come out. All right, so this whole thing will come out, and I'll just be left with the top portion. So, matter of fact, that's kind of a bad idea because this one swivels. Let's use this one down here. So, let me just show you real quick. If I could do it real quick. Put this down. So, let's pretend that this was on my tripod or hooked up to one of my mounts, and I went to unscrew it off. Right? What would happen is I would want to unscrew it off like this, but this whole thing will come off because of how tight that it suctioned itself in. So this piece would be stuck on whatever it was mounted to, and then it would come off like this. And you can see just how much of a struggle that I've had with this, because this is from metal grinding, because it actually got stuck on there real good. So that's a big negative with this adapter right here, okay? So that's probably the biggest negative that I had with this. And then negative number 2, and then this is another big one. Even with everything locked into place and securely snug, all right? So like I showed you earlier, even if I screw this on here and everything is securely in place, like let me do this so y'all can see. So that's snug. That's super snug. Like I would be scared to tighten this more because I might be afraid I'm stripping something. So this should be locked into place. But even when it's super snug, it still moves. This shouldn't be able to move right here. Don't like that. Because I could be doing something and it could be moving, and before I know it, my whole setup had moved around because this bottom portion that was mounted moved. Now, if it's securely snug, it's not supposed to be able to move like that. And I would equate that to this little plastic protector or rubber protector that they put up here. It adds a little bit of extra friction that lets it move around even though it's securely tightened. So that's negative number 2 that I don't like about this adapter here. So 1, the bottom portion comes off and it gets stuck in whatever I had it mounted on. And 2, even though it's securely on here, it does have a tendency to still move around, and I'm scared to strip stuff. All right, so those are the 2 major negatives with this mount or adapter or whatever you want to call it. Okay. Other than that, those are the only real negatives of this product right here. Okay, and they wouldn't be such big negatives if it wasn't for the fact that I've had such a tough time with it. Now, this could just be me. Y'all know because of my disability, I'm not the most dexterous person in the world, and I am extremely clumsy because I have some balance issues. It is what it is, okay? So for me, this actually turned into a really big negative. So maybe Ulanzi, for your next iteration of this, you can put in like some type of mechanism to where this doesn't come out all the way when you unscrew it. So right about here, it should lock, okay? Once it comes off, that should lock. So maybe if y'all had some type of mechanism to where you can't screw it out all the way, that would be nice. And then if you can cut down on this grippy material so it doesn't move when it's locked in, that would also be nice. And then that would fix the major 2 negatives that I have with this product. Alright? So good stuff there. Okay? And in terms of the positives and negatives, that pretty much sums it up. Now, let's get into talking about the price and get into my final thoughts and overall recommendation. Now, in particular, when we talk about the pricing for this one, I was actually able to pick this up for free. Let me say it again, for free. $0. I'll throw up the screenshot in post so y'all can see exactly what I paid for this. And the whole way I was able to do that is because I actually had some Amazon gift cards stored up that I was actually going to use to help cut down on the pricing of some available devices. But being as I picked up the Smooth Q gimbal and I really wanted to use this with the Smooth Q gimbal, okay, because one of the main issues with the Smooth Q gimbal that I was having is out of the box, you can't readily mount third-party accessories. So you're forced to spend extra money with your Smooth Q gimbal or any smartphone gimbal of that nature, buying extra accessories so you can mount additional accessories. So that was the main reason behind me picking this up, because I wanted to mount additional accessories to my Smooth Q gimbal. Alright? So, full retail without the gift card, this bad boy should run you about $13. I think it was $12.99 or $13.99. I'll have the screenshot up in post so y'all can see exactly what it's worth and you can see exactly what I paid. But for that price, can I recommend that y'all go out there and pick up this product? Well, if you're in the market for this sort of thing and you don't have those issues that I have, then yes, I can recommend y'all go out there and pick this up. I think you will really enjoy it, and it should add some overall versatility to whatever setup you're trying to use. Okay, so once again, even with the negatives that this one provides, can I recommend that y'all pick this up? I would have to say yes. All right, so that pretty much does it for this full review of the Ulanzi 3-piece hot shoe adapter for your gimbal. All right, I hope you guys and gals enjoyed this video and you found the video helpful. As always, if you did enjoy the video or you found the video helpful in any way, shape, form, or fashion, please help your boy out and give the video a thumbs up. That really does help me out. You don't know how much. If you would like to see more content like this, also feel free to hit the subscribe button down below and click off the notification bell icon right next to it so you guys and gals get notified when I publish new videos. And as always, if this video piqued your interest, all the links to where y'all can pick up this universal gimbal accessory will be available down below in the video description. So as always, if your interest is piqued, down below in the video description should be like a one-stop shop for you guys and gals, and you should be good to go. Alright, that being said, I hope everyone has a great day, and I'll catch you guys and gals in my next video. Peace, everyone. We out of here.